Hey guys, Cody here from the local home team, and we are coming at you today with the October 2022 residential real estate stats for Windsor, Essex County. So let's take a look at what happened over the course of the month. During October, we did see a further interest rate hike from the Bank of Canada. It was 0.5 this time as opposed to the last two hikes that were 0.75. We are expecting that we'll see one more of those in December and then hoping that there's no more going into 23, but we will see. What did that do to the real estate market? So our inventories are remaining somewhat level now. We've been around the 3-4 months of inventory level for about the past 3 months, and including October, we had 1,323 listings active at the end of October, and we had 366 sales during the month of October. Now that was down, and I'm sure you're hearing this on the radio, you're reading it in the newspaper, that was down over 40% from the number of sales in October of last year. But again, let's look at it based on an inventory level, not just a stat, how many listings were available. And yeah, our levels of inventory in October last year were right around 1. Right now, we're closer to 3.5. So it makes sense that our prices have come down also, which they have. Our prices actually did go up compared to the end of September. So end of September, we were hovering around the 520, 524 mark, right around there. We actually made it into the 540s during the course of October 2022. So it's possible that it could be a U-shaped recovery and that September was the bottom, or maybe it's a W and this is a little dip, this is a little blip higher before we go down again. So we'll wait to see whether it's a U or a W recovery. But again, for buyers, I do believe that this is a great opportunity to buy now at the home prices that are much lower than what we saw in March. You are going to be paying a slightly higher interest rate than you would have in March, actually quite a bit more. It probably would have been around 3%, maybe 3.5% in March, where you're probably looking at closer to 6.5% now. However, I would recommend buying now at the low prices and then refinancing in 2024 when we expect rates to be lower. And all the forecasting that we're reading and hearing about, that's what it sounds like is going to happen. Sellers, it's still technically a seller's market. It's definitely not the seller's market that it was, but let's compare it to 2008, 2009, 2010, 11, 12, 13, around this area. We didn't see massive price growth every year. Of course, 2008 and 9 were the recession, but even when we were recovering in 11, 12, and 13, we were only seeing 5% price growth per year. For the last 5 years, we've seen double-digit price growth, which is not normal. So even if we see a little bit of price growth this year compared to the low that we saw in September, that'd be great. And if we only went up at 5 or 10% over the course of 23, that's awesome. It's a healthy market. That's sustainable growth. We can't continually grow at double-digit rates for forever. So if anything, this is a little chance for everybody to breathe, for prices to come back down to earth, and for, well, appraisals of properties to start coming in where they need to. More traditional value based off of what the rebuild cost is, things like that, not just guessing what they could sell for. So anyways, that's what happened in October 2022, and keep your ears and eyes peeled for your November update. Thanks. Bye for now.